Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 203, Ryan. I mean Todd.
What?
Yeah, this is episode 203 and Ryan is not here because he's just too busy and tomorrow's the start of Golden Week. And
right. Vacation.
And twins and travel and everything else that's going on. And we should totally trash talk that guy. His life is over.
Totally over.
I cannot believe it. He
Twins.
used to be cool. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't
Fun times
imagine.
down the road. Anyway, so it's just you and me today, Todd.
Yeah.
And for those who missed it, we've already shown the new kit that came in.
Right.
The Freedom 2.0.
2.0.
Yeah, we did an unboxing, a complete Freedom 2.0 and the original Freedom, side-by-side comparison, unboxing. It's really, really popular. People are looking at it, loving it.
I can imagine.
So,
I mean, we're only getting those master grades like 4 times a year now, it
I
seems
know,
like.
so they got to be good, and so far it looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So that means we have nothing new to show, like unboxing on the show. So we're going to kind of get right into it.
Right.
So what did you bring today?
All right. Well, I have the 100 scale Grimgerde, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
And the Revive Gouf.
All right, and I've got the 100 RE100, another line that comes out every 4 months, it seems.
Yeah.
I got the RE100 Efreet.
Efreet.
All right, so why don't we start with the little guy, and then we'll move on to the big guys.
All right, let's
Okay.
take a look. Okay, guys, so here we have the Revive Gouf. Now, as you can tell, it looks like a goof.
That's right.
Well, that's a good thing. But as I was building this kit, I had this sinking feeling. I've built this kit before.
It's not just because it's a Revive, is it?
It's not just because it's a Revive. I mean, I have built many, many goofs before, but just these parts, they're all feeling very familiar. And I look at the runners, and the date says 2014 on
Wait a
the
minute.
back of the runners.
It's 2016 right now.
It's 2016, that's right. So I'm thinking, where have I seen this kit before? And then
It hit you.
hit me. It hit me. Dun.
Like it hit you like a Gouf R35. That's
It
what
hit me like a Gouf R35.
Okay, so you're
So-
saying there's a lot of shared parts in here?
There's a lot of shared parts. Actually, the Revive Gouf, between the two kits, the Revive Gouf, there's only one new runner for the Revive Gouf. So, well, if you've seen this kit before, I don't really need to go into details, I guess, about the new Revive. And technically, I guess that means, even though this is the newest Revive, technically it's the oldest Revive.
Okay.
But that's okay because I really love the Gouf R35, and to be honest with you guys, this is the first one I've built, and I have about 4 more in my stash.
I think when the Gouf R35 came out, everybody really, really loved it. So I can kind of understand why Bandai didn't deviate too far from it to make a Revive Gouf.
Right. I mean, and it still is a great kit. I love this kit. And then they came out with the Dom R35, which probably is going to be the basis of the Dom Revive. So, we're going to see this one back. Alright, but let's take a look. So, we do have some new stuff for the Revive Gouf. So, as you can tell, we have new leg pieces. Now, these are the biggest of the new pieces that came with this kit. Was the new, what do you call it? Not the thigh. The calf. The new calf armor. That's new.
Okay.
And what else is new? Alright, so here's something that was kind of interesting. Now, when I was building that, the Gouf R35, I didn't really think much of it, but I guess the helmet for this Revive Gouf is just different enough that they had to go ahead and they did make a new part for this head. The antenna is the same, so because the antenna is the same, they give you the whole runner pieces for the R35 head.
Okay.
So you do have a choice if you want to use the better, at least in my mind, the better looking the Gouf R35 piece. You can use this too.
Okay, I see.
So the only difference is this one is kind of more customized looking, where it's angled out a bit more and more sharp looking, but this is more anime accurate, I guess. More
retro.
More retro, and they give you a new snout, which is more wider. But other than that, as far as new parts go, you do have a new backpack. I believe the backpack was new. At least down here at the bottom it was new compared to this. Let me pop this off.
Oh, okay.
So here you got the thrusters are a bit different at the bottom.
Okay.
But other than that, also, you have the more traditional Gouf cannon head. Whereas on the R35 you get the more standard hands with Gouf looking type of hands on both sides. But they give you a closed version of that hand.
Oh, that's cool.
Also they have a more flexible moving version.
Okay.
So you have your choice of which of the two cannon hands that you want to have. Closed.
Okay.
Now this closed hand also, I'm not going to fart with it, but it can hold the sword. It has a little peg with it, so you can put the sword in there if you want.
Oh, I see.
Not a bad deal. So the shield, because it's the R35, it didn't come with a complete shield, unfortunately. I thought looking in the box, like, wow, we're going to get 2 shields. No, it only comes with 1 insert for the top one, but you have an extra for the spare parts bin.
Okay.
As far as weapons go, you get 2 of the
heat sabers.
The heat saber, that's right, that's what they called it. And because this is the R35 kit also, you do get standard hands included in here as well, although the Revive Gouf shouldn't be using this hand for the left hand.
Oh, okay.
But you get 2 swords, and you get the heat rod.
Yeah.
So he can bang stuff over the top of the head.
That's right.
But as far as this kit goes, that's about it.
Okay, well, you know, Revive HG.
Revive HG. So, yeah, you guys, you have your choice. I mean, if you want, you could go with the R35. You get a little bit more meaner looking with the dual shields and the dual... He also comes with the dual swords, although I think they're in a bag somewhere. I built this before I came here, so I had to dig him out from my stash of ready-to-be-painted kits.
Okay.
But that's it, I guess, for the Gouf not R35, the Revive Gouf. Alright guys, so that's it for the Revive Gouf.
I always liked the Gouf.
Yeah, I mean... It's a great suit. It's what am I thinking? It's a mono-eye suit.
Yeah.
It's a Xeon, that's what it is. I always love the Xeon suits. They got big feet and they've got one eye.
You know what we need now, though? Is we need a new MG of the Gouf. Because the last Gouf MG was the 2.0, which is an amazing kit. But now, you know, it's time's ticking by, and it's been like 5 years or more since the last 2.0 of the Zaku 2 frame. I would really go for a Gouf 2.0, or not 2.0, 3.0.
Maybe.
Or just a remastered Gouf.
Right, something. Well, maybe... Did the Gouf show up in Thunderbolt? No, it didn't, did it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a big, massive Thunderbolt Gouf with...
Or Origin. We could get a new one for the Origin series.
Yeah, if they give me an Origin Gouf, that would be awesome.
Right.
With the arm piece that comes on.
3.0 Origin Gouf with the new detail.
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? Okay, we're getting distracted here. Okay,
right.
So I liked your Gouf, your pair of Goufs there.
Right, so we got 1G, 2G, how about 3Gs?
3G? Wow, that's like so last year. I'm 4G now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right, let's talk about that one.
All right, time for the Grimgerde. All right, guys. And here we have the 100 scale Grimgerde.
And look at that guy.
And look at this guy.
He's doing the can-can or something.
Yeah, he's getting his dance on. He's ready for the Rio Olympics or something.
Okay, so why do you have him in this position here, Todd?
Well, I just figured might as well start off with articulation.
Yeah.
So, the Grimgerde, the feet on the Grimgerde, they're not exactly the biggest.
No, they're not.
They're not the biggest, but as you can see, they can still hold up the weight pretty well.
He's doing a good job here.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's got it nice and balanced on one leg.
All right.
So, articulation, as far as this kit goes, it's pretty similar as what you've seen with
the other IBOs.
The other IBO kits. Well, not all of them, of course, because you've got the Guzhin, and the Guzhin is kind of just stands there.
Yeah.
But as far as what am I thinking? The kit that I've built like 10 of now.
The Barbatos?
The Barbatos and the other,
The Greys.
The Greys, that's it. So
this might be the closest similarities to the Greys, I think.
Right, so this kit, the waist, the torso, is pretty much, basically, it's not the same runner as the Greys, as the Greys, but as far as building it goes, it's very familiar.
Yeah.
When you build this thing, everything is pretty much, it has the same style.
Yeah.
But when I was building this kit, I found that the frame parts on this kit, they seem, I don't know if it's just the one I got, but they felt everything went together much tighter. Whereas the 100 scale Greys, when I built it, it kind of felt more loose.
Yeah.
Kind of wobbling over, but
he did seem pretty stiff when I was playing with him earlier.
Right, this kit is really stiff. He doesn't want to move.
I guess they need that for those small feet.
Yeah, but I like that stiffness that.
Yeah,
this
I've
kid
heard
has.
that about you.
Are you saying I'm stiff?
Lighten up, Todd. All right.
But yeah, so I don't really need to go into articulation so much for this kit.
Okay.
It's all pretty much the same.
Looks good though.
It does look good. It's got a nice look as far as. Well, I liked when I first saw this kit originally. Well, originally I built the. Originally I built the HG kit.
Okay.
I like as far as the IBO kits goes. I like the Greys. I kind of like the style of the Greys best.
Mm-hmm.
But then this would be my second favorite, I think, as far as the IBO kits go. And sadly, the Barbados is going to be last. Although the sixth form looks great, but that first form of the Barbados, I don't know, it just doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah, understandable.
But this kit's got some great style, and we got the
sleek.
It's got a sleek look to it. It's got the red kind of Sharzaku look going on to it, although it's got some different kind of rabbit ears, I guess you could say, going on with the helmet. But yeah, so we get 2 shields with this kit, and just like the HG kit, you can attach the swords onto the back of these shields.
Okay.
Although they do attach a little bit differently. This one has a little hook that you kind of slide it into, whereas the HG kit just... Goodbye. The HG kit just plops right on there.
Okay.
So let me bring back this guy. So another good thing I like about this kit, and just like the Greys, you don't really put a lot of stickers on.
Mm-hmm.
You have... So I guess I can show a little bit of a difference between the HG and the 100 scale kit. So the helmet is where you're going to see a lot of the difference as far as this kit goes. This kit has the helmet that can kind of open up.
Oh, I see.
Whereas the HG kit, I don't remember being able to open it. You can pose it open or close, but you kind of have to actually change the parts around a bit. Whereas this one has a hinge that kind of just opens up there. Now, let me see if I can pull this off here without breaking it. Maybe I couldn't.
Maybe that's just not.
Maybe I shouldn't break it. As far as stickers goes, they have a clear part here. So if you wanted to leave this as like a clear blue, you could just leave it as the clear blue. But they also give you this metallic silver blue sticker that you put over the clear part. And then also in here, maybe it's, if I had something small that I could kind of poke it. So we have the mono eye, but this thing actually can pivot around.
Okay.
A little bit. It's a little ball
I see it moving there.
in here, so you can move this eye around in here.
Okay.
So if you want to have him looking at something for one of your poses, you can do that.
Okay.
This gold inside, this isn't a sticker at all. There's a whole, it's the same gold that they use for the sword here. But,
okay.
So they have a plastic piece that goes inside here, so that's pretty good detail, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's better than having to stick a sticker on.
Right, and it looks good too. And it's not that plated plastic, it's the gold molded plastic. So if you wanted to paint it yourself, you don't have to worry about stripping or any of that fun jazz. But one thing, well, this is kind of like an HG kit. It's not really master grade, it's not really HG kit. But I cut it off and I shaved it down. But normally there's a little safety peg
Yeah.
on the back of these ears here, but it's not too hard to cut off and shave it down to give you a real nice sharp look
Yeah.
for the helmet. And I suggest you get your files out and whittle it down.
Make it dangerous.
Make it dangerous. Make it look dangerous. Because in the show, this armor suit was, he took on that, what was the name of it? He took on the Chimeras. And even though the Chimeras is one of those fabled 72 Gundam frames, this Grimgerde, he did away with that Chimeras like it was nothing. Now, I'm not sure. Is that just the skill of the pilot?
It's gotta be.
Or is it something with this suit? Because this is the Valkyrie frame. So we didn't see much about that in the anime series. So this mobile suit is still kind of a mystery. Where did it come from?
Mm-hmm.
What's the history of it? Why was it so strong? I mean, it's basically, it kind of looks like a souped up Graze. Although I think it's, as far as the history goes, from what I understand, it's much older than the Graze is. But
Okay.
I don't know. It's hopefully the second season. Hopefully they'll actually go into the history of this mobile suit a bit more. I was kind of disappointed they didn't give us a bit more about this suit. It just kind of showed up one episode, like, hey, this is my new mobile suit.
I'm here to kick your ass.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. All right. So another thing, it does. I wanted to mention it has these white pipes. This was a pretty nice, a good feature. These pipes, they're all molded in color. They're not separate, and we've got the pipes on the knee, and they move in and out with the legs, so they're not sticking out at all. And we got the pipes, of course, in the chest. So this is a pretty good kit, I think. Nice and tight as far as the build goes, at least mine. And some good details in there. Of course, not master grade level, but not quite HG level.
They're not intending them to be
either.
master grade level. They're their own thing, right?
Right, but yeah, for the price you get, it's a pretty good deal. And if you love iron-blooded orphans, you have to get this kit. It's a must. I'm telling you guys. Okay, guys, so that's it for the Grimgerde in 100 scale.
Looks good?
It looks good, nice and red, kind of Sazabi-ish.
Maybe,
Red
maybe color
Xeon
only.
suit-ish.
What?
With
It maybe reminds me of the Justice Gundam from the back. This kind of thing, but it's all in its own right now when it comes to orphans. There hasn't been another kit like we mentioned with the Valkyrie frame, so
Right.
it's its own little animal until something else comes along.
until next fall, probably.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well I see you have two swords. I also have two swords right here.
Ooh, and your swords are clear.
I know, and they look much more menacing. So I guess it's my turn now.
Okay.
Okay, let me talk about the Efreet.
Free?
Alright, here he is, the Efreet Custom. Now when I think Efreet, I think Final Fantasy. Because Efreet is that fire summon that gets called in almost every game that they have. I remember him from Final Fantasy VII and of course 8 when he was a Guardian Force and so on and so forth. So that takes me back a little bit of nostalgia there. But I'm now going to just kind of talk about the Efreet as a RE100 model. And first thing I have to say is you notice this guy because of his size. Look at how big that guy is. He's a monster.
Yeah, he's a big one.
He has, the proportions that we kind of already know and love from the Zaku 2s and, the Gouf, kind of the legs here, the blue coloring. The missile launchers on the side are new to this kit, of course. You're not going to see that in other ones. I should point out that nothing actually comes out here. You're just laying in a black piece of plastic into this white triangle. And there you go. So you kind of make both at the same time and pop them in. And the connection here for this piece, stand up there, bro. The missile launcher will spin around, that's not a problem, right? But the connection here is a square, so when you connect this, you can't expect this to kind of move around. So, the Shinanju, the MG Shinanju, his big side pieces would move around. That doesn't happen here. You have this hollow, and you drop this in here. And because the pieces are kind of the same here, on this side you have a hollow, but you're putting this tiny little blue piece in there. But you can pop that out if you want, although I don't imagine you'd want to put this on the inside of the leg, but the option is there for you. One thing I liked about what they did with this kit is the shoulders. A lot of times in the kits when you do the shoulders, you know, there's giant seams here. You have you have sometimes these are split in half and sometimes they're not. This is actually molded as 3 parts, so
okay.
I can take that off. I can take that off. So this is essentially one part. It's molded like this, even with the details on the underside here. You're just dropping a piece underneath that will plug into the polycap. And when it comes to trying to line up these pieces, and on some kits it can be difficult because the shape isn't necessarily asymmetrical, or symmetrical. If you put it in the wrong way, you're screwed. This one, they kind of make it easy for you. So you have one small gap here, and here you have, you know, 2 gaps, and you just line up those. So I got 1 gap here. That means the only way I can put this in is this way. And by doing that, you get it in at the right angle. You're not kind of worried about putting it in wrong and then have to take it out again and, you know, breaking something off. So I thought that was actually well played, Bandai. Well played. And it looks good once it's on there. Now let's see here. You don't seem to get to do too much here. I'll pull the swords off before I talk about them. You can see I've got them in there. When it comes to the piping on the back here, basically the piping connects to the front of the skirt and then lays on the inside of the backpack here. Instead of trying to like push them up in here, you put them in here, and then you just push this in, and it will bend the piping plastic in the right shape, which is good because sometimes they kind of give you a shape and then you're trying to put it in and it's not always easiest to line up. The back skirt will open up quite a bit, although there's not really much going on there. But you can see that by doing this.
He's kind of mooning us there.
Yeah, when you do this here, let me make sure these are on. You can move the legs, sorry. You do get this kind of action for your poses. So he will get some hip flexibility in there.
That's the same type of joint that they have in those Origin HG kits, kind of.
Yeah, and a lot of the MGs and even PGs have something similar. Okay, so on top of that, I guess you do have some stickers going here and here. And I can't remember for the head. I think you can control where the eye points, but you have to really pop it off before you can get in there and do that. So I don't imagine anybody's really going to be doing that. But there he is. Now, I'll talk about the weapons. Weapons are actually pretty cool. You got the 2 heat sabers. Isn't that what we just called them?
Right, heat saber for the Gouf, I think it was.
When it comes to putting this onto here, these little tabs in here are hard to see, but they're kind of offset. They're not lined up. And it's the opposite for the orange piece here. So you can line it up perfectly. And when you get lined up perfectly, like it's not going anywhere. It's so secure. It's awesome. It takes a little bit of effort to make sure it's kind of wiggled in the right place, but once it goes in, boom, it's there. And then this little piece of plastic will allow you to kind of catch it when you drop it into the top here. It will just sit. So these do not go anywhere once you have these on. It's actually really good. But I'm going to put him in his hands because that's where he looks the most cool. So you are given extra hands, thank goodness, because we were talking about this earlier, Todd. The one-piece molded hands, they just have a little gap in there. I'm like, what's that? My hand doesn't look like that. What's that? I don't know. Just kind of trying to fill some dead space. So there's no tabs on either side of the weapon, but the fit is really, really well done. So this thing is almost not going to fall out, even without the other part of the hand on. So when you put the hands together, you are in there, and you can still kind of slide them. It's really good fit. So, it's just friction, but it's really, really good fit. So that's one. I think that's the right hand, and here we go. Let me put this one on here. Oh, my 2-piece handles just come apart here. Okay. Put this in here like so. And add his little fingies. Okay. There you go. There you go. Ooh. Now, with this kind of armor here on the bottom of the wrist, it can
block the movement.
Block it. I mean, it's standing naturally. He looks okay if that's there.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or like that. Yeah, okay, I dig that pose. But if you want to actually get crazier, you're going to have to kind of spin it around here. So a lot of the promo shots and stuff, you see him kind of standing in this kind of pose, staring you down. I think that is kind of cool. He does look good. You will be able to, you know, as I mentioned with this articulation, kind of get some kind of poses out of him.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't mind it, except this shoulder will need to move up to accommodate this arm when you start going for these action poses.
Oh man,
It is pretty stable. You know, RE100s, they're not necessarily about articulation. They're more about giving you, you know, those big, popular yet somewhat rare suits in 1/100 scale.
right?
So
Nightingale.
the Nightingale, exactly. Kshatriya, come on, Kshatriya.
Oh, coming soon.
Gotta see
Shizuoka, maybe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be right next side to the Gouf 3 or the Zaku 3.0.
It's Christmas for us. Yeah, so you can get some really cool poses out of this guy, I think. It's just the bulk I think I like out of him. There's a lot of skinny suits I've been building lately, but being able to build a bulky one that kind of just towers over you is pretty cool. The one thing I noticed when trying to play around with pose him is basically the feet come in two sections here. It will only bend this way. But because of how the whole foot ankle lines up along the leg frame here and everything else, sometimes it feels like I cannot get him flat on both sections of the feet. It just feels like the weight is either on the back, which means the toes aren't really touching the ground, or the weight is on the toes, which means the heels aren't touching the ground. It's really difficult to feel that I've got it kind of lined up flat-footed. But fortunately, his feet are so big, and you know the kit isn't necessarily heavy, that even if he leans forward a little bit, he's not going to fall. And the same with going backwards, he's not going to fall. So you'll get him to stand there, although sometimes you might feel him wobble a little bit, but he's still good to go. So there you are, Efreet Custom. There's my Efreet.
Looks nice.
It is a big lump of plastic.
Big lump of plastic, but it's nice looking plastic.
Yeah, it does look pretty good, doesn't it? This is one of the kits that just kind of looks cool standing there.
Right.
I don't anticipate I'll play with it too much because it is kind of heavy. It might have balance issues, but I think I like him just kind of standing there looking intimidating. That's why I like Zaku's and the Goufs and the CNCs, because they do have that bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's kind of cool. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for Plamo.
Plamo,
we
yeah.
have to show in this episode.
Nothing new to show, and
nothing new to show. We'll have next week. We'll have some new stuff. I'll have the new stuff. Todd will
I'll have the old
12-year-old
stuff.
Yeah.
It's still master grade though.
I know. So that makes you happy, right?
Right.
Got an internal frame. Yay!
Yay! Gunpla is Gunpla.
That's right.
Fun to build.
Okay. Clear off your space there. We got some comments to read.
We
and
do.
some stuff to give away.
Okay, let's make sure he doesn't fall over. Oh, there he
If he
is.
does, it's okay. It's that big gun. It's so heavy.
There we go.
All right.
Out
You got
of
a
the way.
stack.
Probably can see him standing over.
Yeah.
All
Stack of
right.
Grimgardes. Okay.
Grimgerde stack.
Yeah.
Ready for comments?
I'm always ready for comments,
Are you
unless
sure?
they're terrible comments. And
Okay, I'm
just
going
ignore
to
them.
begin then.
Okay.
All right, so the first comment we have is from Maximus Z09. And he says, I heard the announcement for FA78 Thunderbolt version Ka. Is it true? If it's true, gimme.
Okay.
Great video, by the way.
Yeah. Which one?
All of them.
Okay.
Why not?
Yes, it appears that it is true. The version Ka of the Thunderbolt RX-78 full armor.
Okay.
Anime version Thunderbolt.
Version Ka even.
That's gonna be one long title.
Yeah.
MG RXFA
78
78
Thunderbolt
Gundam.
version.
Thunderbolt version Ka. It's gonna be some anime version Ka. Thunderbolt
Was it
anime
an-
version
Was
Ka.
it the anime version, the Master Grade?
I think so.
So does that mean someday we'll get a manga version?
No, probably not. It's not to get too crazy. Initial thoughts, Todd. You saw the pictures. We were talking about it.
I did see the
Yeah.
pictures. Well, I mean, just like the HG kit, it's going to be one of those kits that looks great just sitting there on the stand, but
Yeah. Well, that actually brings up a point: is stand.
does it come with a
The
stand?
pictures we saw, there was no stand. Of course, we just saw one image of it standing there with all of its weapons all over the place.
Right.
My first thought is, wow, like it's going to need a stand. However,
Right.
just because we don't see it doesn't mean they haven't put one in there. Remember the high new Gundam version Ka?
Yeah.
It has that little base that you attach to the back of it to hold up that thing because of that big backpack with the fin funnels.
Right.
And you can actually position it so that you can't see that little extra leg. So maybe something in that shot is kind of back there holding something up. It's
Could be.
possible. It's possible, of course. It's also possible that they've engineered the joints and the knees and stuff just to be strong enough to withstand that extra plastic weight up top. But
Right. Well, but the HG kit came with the stand.
yeah,
So if the HG kit comes with a stand, I've got to at least hope that
yeah.
the Master Grade would come with a stand.
Sure, but the Master Grade is a lot stiffer in joints and stuff than the HG kit.
It's going to be a lot more top heavy too.
Maybe it's going to be like the Freedom 2.0 and there's going to be no polycaps.
That's true. Or also, it could come with the same stand that the Freedom 2.0 comes with.
It could come with a stand. Or, no. Actually, my first thought when I saw it is, oh, it's just the 2.0. You know, the 2.0, they have, what, the RX-78 2.0, and then they put the Gym 2.0.
Right.
And then there was the RX-73 that came out as the 2.0. And then they used that frame again in the full armor Gundam.
Right.
And then they used the frame again just, I think, last year, unveiled at that Shizuoka Hakusho, which was the amazing Red Warrior.
Right.
That was the 2.0 frame based. So it would not surprise me if we're going to go to Shizuoka this year and we're going to see the Thunderbolt RX Full Armor Gundam based on the 2.0. So, but of course, until we actually get an eye on the runners,
Right.
the manual, we're not going to know.
No way to know until then.
But so far, it looks good.
So far, it does look
And
good.
being a version COD, there's a good chance it comes with water slides.
That's true.
I know you know all the markings that the HGs had, so
Right.
there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going to be slapped in that box.
Oh.
Justifying the 7,000 yen price tag, I guess.
It's a big price, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing we're probably going to get a lot.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of plastic in that box.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty
It's
big.
going to be a big box. I'm
Even the
guessing.
full armor that came out, 5 years ago when we started Gunpla TV,
Ah.
based on the 2.0, that one I think was only 5,000 yen at the time. So there's extra stuff in there, it seems.
Extra stuff, cost of inflation. who knows?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right.
Okay.
That's it. Also, I guess we'll add on before anybody asks that they've also announced, no pictures yet, the MG Thunderbolt High Mobility Zaku, Psycho Zaku.
Psycho Zaku,
The
yep.
one with the huge monstrous backpack. Actually, I think the HG anime version of that comes out next week.
Okay.
So when we talk about that, we might have some more information to talk about the MG.
All right. So
All right,
that's
so-
another kit that's going to need a stand.
That's right.
That huge
Definitely.
backpack. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's going to be plop.
Yeah. So yeah, Thunderbolt MGs are a go. I feel like we talked about that for a long time.
It does feel like
It
we
does
talked
feel like
about
that. We had a lot to say about that. full
I
armor.
guess so.
I guess so. Okay, well, let's read the next comment then.
All right,
before
so are we
keep going.
moving on to Diggy Stock?
Yep.
Here we go. All right, so on April 25th, Diggy Stock says,
Yeah.
Man, I hope I win. I was at Anime Expo and met you guys and got to see that exact one.
That's right. The kit that we're giving away, the Gundam Phoenicia, whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
that
Shaka
that
MG.
kit's been halfway around the world.
halfway around the world and back in my suitcase.
Oh.
I think the smell is gone now, though.
I should hope
I
so.
should hope
that
so,
that
yeah.
sock smell.
That's right. But people were coming by the booth, and if we had time, I was pulling it out and showing people runners and stuff like that. And they were flipping through the manual. And of course, they're big Gundam fans, so they can look at the manual and be like, "Oh yeah, this looks a lot like so-and-so kit." And
Okay, so that manual might have a little bit of extra wear in it.
that's right. Some extra DNA. I don't know. All right.
All right, moving on next to the next comment.
Okay.
All right, this is from Emulator25. And he says, What a great episode of Gunpla TV.
Don't you think it was very good?
It was very good.
That's right. I enjoyed it.
Sorry to any German listeners.
That's right. We're totally botching it, but hey, we're just trying to say the Gundam word name. That's all.
Right, Waff.
Waft the
It would be fun to hear an actual German say it.
WTF. Waft the. Yeah.
Waft? Oh.
Waft the.
Waff.
Expletive.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, on our side, it used to say V with a V.
V,
For a
Waff.
long time, it was V, Waff.
That's how
Which
they
is how you would
spell
have it in German, is Waff.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on to the next one, we
Yeah.
have Kiwi Banana.
Mm-hmm.
Kiwi Banana says, Shizuoka Hobby Show. Will Bandai finally unveil the Sharzaku 2 Master Grade 3.0? Or is the dream dead? Find out next time on HobbyLink TV.
That's right. That's only a couple weeks away now.
That is. It's coming up soon.
You know, after they released the 2.0 X782, I would go back to the next model shows and Shizuoka hobby shows, expecting to see a 3.0 shot.
Right. You figure like Origin would be a good time to have the 3.0.
Yeah. I'm thinking Kimi Banana might have said it right there in his comment. The dream is dead.
You never know.
You never know.
Someday.
I'm expecting the high mobility Psycho Zacko version Ka that's coming out in July or whatever it is, June, August or whatever it is, to be just off the 2.0 frame. I don't think it's going to be 3.0. So.
Well, someday. The century is still young.
That's right. That's right. We're only in 2016 right now.
It's only 2016.
Who knows?
I mean, if you think about it, 100 years ago, they were fighting World War I.
Yeah.
Look where we are today.
Just waiting on a 3.0 charge.
Waiting on a 3.0. These are the important issues of today. Where is our 3.0 Sharzak?
Where's our 3.0?
We have
the
not just
luxury
Sharzak, though.
to fret over things like that.
I know.
Okay. All right. Now, I have a kit to give away. Right? We just talked about it. Halfway around the world, used manual, built kit. Now, the winner of this guy is the guy who goes by the name of Yellowist.
Yellowist?
He might be the yellowest guy I've ever read a comment from.
Okay.
And he says, that full armor Gundam version Ka though. Can't wait to see it on the show. See, that's the thing. We haven't even announced it. It's not on our website yet because we don't have the official word from Bandai, although they've been kind of hinting at it. But people are already commenting on it. Like, I can't provide you more information than you already have.
Right.
But I'm glad to see it's so exciting to everybody because I was kind of surprised to see it. Of course, when we're building it on the show, it's going to be massive.
Yeah,
so Yellowist, you're the winner of the last year's Anime Expo kit. And I will be contacting you. And now I have 2 more kits to give away. Let me put this back in the secret spot. First one. The Nile Gundam Build Fighters. You know, when this came out, this is another kit that I never really got a chance to have time to put together to build on the show. I did manage to get the suit itself built.
Well, there you go.
But all the effect parts are still kind of on the runners here. So, whoever wins this is kind of going to get a half-built kit.
Okay.
Half done. Half is better than all built, don't you think? I don't know. Some people complain when they get a pre-built kit. Because they're, you know, spoiled.
I've seen those comments.
Also, I'm giving away an Origin kit. Even though I love these Origin kits, I'm probably going to keep them all. But I feel I can give one away, maybe. Which is going to be
that one.
The gun tank is awesome, though.
The gun
like,
tank.
Come on. That's so cool.
It is cool.
It is cool.
I was really excited.
I wish
when
it had the
saw that
swappable hands that
yeah,
the other
that
ones
would have been that would have been great.
This
but
is the first one. Like, it came up before all those other ones, so
they didn't think about that at the time, I guess.
Maybe you know, there's just a little bit of kit bashing going on there, and then you can do it. So who knows? So there you go, gun tank. It is very cool, but I've taken it apart to keep it in the box because it's very tall. So come on, bro. All right, so 2 prizes, 2 HGs to give away from Build Fighters and Origin.
HG?
Yeah. To enter to win, you need to go to episode 203 on HobbyLink TV, our blog, and you need to leave a comment. Any comment will do, and you'll be entered into the random draw. This is where Ryan usually sells all this, but I'm going to try and fill it.
Take it away.
You can do it.
I don't remember what.
That's right. Feel free to, you know, follow us and chat with us and communicate with us on the HobbyLink TV blog. But of course, we're also on YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, and all those places. So if there's a social media thing, most likely we're there. Tumblr, but not all of them yet. So there you go. Next week we will have our freedoms.
Freedom.
Yeah, we will have a double dose of freedom for everybody. So I hope they can withstand it all. It's going to be pretty epic.
Twice the freedom.
That's right. Twice the freedom.
Twice the fun.
And then after that, I guess we'll be doing our live Shizuoka hobby shows.
Shizuoka!
That's right. I'm excited.
3.0 Zaku.
If they do go there, and if we do go there and it's there, like, the internet will explode.
I think so.
That small subsection of the internet is all Gunpla related will explode. It's like, oh my god, finally. And maybe Ryan will shed a tear. But he'll shed a second tear because he knows he's not going to get a chance to build it because he's now going to be holding twins.
Right. Oh,
Sucker.
he'll have no time.
That's right. Life over. Actually, I can't talk too much because I'm a twin. So actually, I can talk too much because I can speak from experience. Ryan, your life's over. I feel sorry for your kids already.
Sorry, Ryan.
All right. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this episode.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.